Hey folks, it's Ardwulf, and I'm coming to you with an episode of Ardwulf Presents. We are going to do the Cloak Tower, not the Clock Tower. This is the first true, what you would call an MMO dungeon in Neverwinter. This is the first multi-party thing. It's for levels 14 to 20. I am queued through the automatic group finder, so we will see how well or poorly this whole thing works. Looks like I have do I have an objective down here? I guess not. So this is going to be basically a pug experience here. So we'll see how well or poorly that goes. I've had people telling me that the Neverwinter pug experience is a pretty typical pug experience, meaning that Nimrods abound, and people that want to roll neat on absolutely every piece of loot, for example. But we'll see how that goes here. We're just getting started. I have never been in here before, so do not expect any particularly profound analysis from me. But we should be able to see the place. Looks like where we're going here, but yeah, 50 aberrants. Get little achievements as you play. I think this tribal feather was actually at some point some kind of collectible piece or a currency piece. There are various currency pieces in different zones that you can turn in those zones for little boxes of goodies and so forth. It's like we have, without any discussion of the matter, which is perfectly fine by me, decided that we are going to clear as we go, which I personally think is pretty good practice. We don't really know that it's necessary here, but okay, the battle-tested orc here is going to be tougher, so we're going to drop some dot action on him. That is a total waste of a daily on this junk. But, on the other hand, it's not like it takes forever to refresh either. Now, your daily refreshes as you basically, in my case, as I deal damage. Exactly how your daily refreshes depends on your class. For all I know, for example, for the devoted cleric, it's a pretty different class from what I'm playing. It might refresh with healing. My backup character, by the way, I ended up ditching the Great Weapon Fighter, which I just wasn't feeling the love for. Just didn't quite work for me. So I ditched it and made a devoted cleric. Haven't played him much. He's like 5th level. The big red zone here, of course, is going to be your the little red zones on the floor are traps. You don't want to step in them, generally speaking. Right now there is a Professions event going on. It may have just ended. Nope, looks like there's 2 more minutes. Where anytime you loot from a Professions node, you get bonus stuff. I am Grumsh. Well, this is going relatively smoothly so far, but we haven't faced a boss either. I would call the Eye of Grumsh a mini-boss at best. I feel actually like the control wizard where I am with him as far as what he has ability-wise and how comfortable I am with those abilities. I think he's a little stronger against. I think he is at his best against boss mobs with adds, because I can drop this AOE dot, for example, which is pretty handy. And I'm doing pretty respectable damage in these instances, actually, which surprises me. I don't consider myself particularly good at any of this. And I'm showing, at the end of each of these instances, you'll get a little report as far as it tells you who did the most healing, who did the most damage, who took the most damage. So the rogue could disarm those. That is pretty cool. Now, something else I will point out right now. Neverwinter is sharded. There are 3 different shards, 3 different worlds or servers. That is eventually going to not be the case, and that is pretty different from the way not Turbine, but just out of there. It is pretty different from the way Cryptic usually does things, where it's all one server with instancing on that server as needed. The intention in this case is to merge the servers at a later time. I'm on the Dragon server. Let's get out of there. You can see these guys are pretty tough. I'm basically fighting this guy by myself. I hope I hit green on that. That was a waste. See, on these individual low-level trash mobs, like these drudges, for example, I'm totally not fighting with these people for coin on the floor, though. It's very undignified. I'm concerned. High ground. High ground is awesome. I'm also not going to be a tool. It looks like I haven't gotten any of these things. I did get a lockbox, though. I got a growing pile of those. I haven't bought any keys to unlock them with. I don't know if you end up with keys during Macred the Foul. Okay, we have a boss who doesn't appear to be the final boss. He's a boss, nevertheless. And he's pretty tough. Waiting for ads. Looks like he may be immune to my hold. Oh, there's stuff. There's a blue item. I haven't even seen much in the way of blue items. I know there are blue items in the game. I do want those. I do want those lion seals. Those are currencies. You eventually turn them in for goodies. So Beastmaster up here. So I'm not seeing anything that I would consider. It looks like some of this loot is can be picked up by everybody. Not anybody, but everybody. But like the actual goody pieces of loot, for example, I think the profession nodes look like everybody can loot them, for instance. Which would be a something from Guild Wars 2. I think these current copper mugs, too, are another one of those things that were at one point some form of currency. I'm gonna blow that, screw it. You want to save your dailies, but you don't want to save them. I mean, you don't want to save them obsessively where you won't use them until you absolutely positively need them. Because they are cool, and you want to use them. And they're powerful, too. So, I mean, they take a couple of encounters to refresh. It's tempting in cases like this to try and just, you know, save them because, hey, I didn't need them in that encounter, but you still want to use them, you know. We've all got companions in this game now, too. Companions are basically dudes that follow you around. They're pretty much what you would think, and help you out. Mine is a man-at-arms who is a fighter type dude. A tanky type dude, I should say. Obviously a man-at-arms is a fighter guy. That's the kind of the one of the issues. I guess I would say is that when this loot comes up, they're unidentified items. I am totally disinclined to get all pissy and bitter over loot. If there's a particular item that I'm trying to fish for, ooh, an ogre. Then yeah, maybe I'll be a little annoyed if somebody needs it unnecessarily. But you know, I got real stuff to get worked up about in real life. I don't need to get worked up over this trivial loot roll in a game. That's not to say I won't call the guy a douche, but. And these encounter abilities, man, you might as well use these as often as you can, to be honest about it. Because they really are good for just about every encounter. Well, I should say that they'll be available for just about every encounter, sometimes more than once in an encounter, particularly when we might be approaching a new boss. I'm seeing a lot of trash in here. The game's estimated amount of time that it takes to play through this dungeon is supposed to be 45 minutes. Feels like we've been in here for about 10 so far. You can, of course, look at the video and see how long we've been in here. I'm not standing here with a stopwatch, that's for sure. Got stuff over here. Okay. What I don't have, you know, it's a new MMO, it's launched, you expect there to be some issues, and there have been. And in particular, the lag on the very first day was bad enough that I thought it was making the game pretty unplayable. But other than that, and we've seen a little bit of return of that lag. I'm not really noticing it now, certainly, but we've seen lag pop back up. We've seen some relatively mild server stability problems where the servers suddenly go down or a particular shard will drop. We've seen some issues queuing for instances, for example, like this. Yesterday, for instance, I wanted to run this yesterday, but I didn't get to because the queuing was broken. So we've seen a plethora of minor issues, but aside from those, and I think if you watched one of the early videos from day one, you'll have a substantial amount of that video is filled with me bitching about the performance, about the lag issues. Goodie over here. But aside from that, you know, I'm having a good time with this game. I think it's pretty cool. I'm having fun. Where is everybody? Here we go. No reason not to use that. Now somebody is needing because, and just by luck of the draw, I would think. I would have picked up one of these items, and I don't think I have. I have not. Somebody is being a dick. That's interesting that before this boss, I think this is a boss, that we all have to be here. So one Leroy Jenkins idiot can't basically fake the event for everybody. Throw some stacks of chill on him. Closer than I would like to be. Teleport is your, or dodge is your friend. Nice use of that ability on somebody's part. Alright. Alright, so here's what we get at the end. We got a piece of something here. The immovable object, pain giver. So I'm not super high on this particular list. I didn't feel like I was. But I've generally, we should have a chest, you'd think, here somewhere. Huh? Like down here. Exit is definitely down here. Okay, you got a lore object. This is the exit. Another lore object. So there doesn't appear to have been a chest, which is a little weird, but nor did I see anything that resembled some piece of gear that I personally needed. Piercing belts for level 18, which we are not quite. So let's actually hit the Tower District. Hope I didn't miss a chest. Okay, so we have a daily dungeon. We need to talk to Rix for that. And he is down here. I'm not sure if the daily dungeon changes by your level. I kind of think it does. Nor, to be honest, do I have any knowledge of where exactly, if there are, how many dungeons are available in the game. That could be the only one for all I know. I don't believe that to be the case, but for all I know. Okay, so here's where we turn our daily in.
There are things to be done.
Don't need to do that. We'll complete the quest. That's actually kind of neat, though, that it lets, and I can accept another one in 7 hours. You can actually say, hey, I want to add to those people that I was just partied with to my friends list.
Exchange your
okay, so looks like my other quest got turned in, and just to show you how this works, we'll go to our inventory, where we're going to put this lockbox in the bank. We'll go to our currencies tab, and we're going to refine these rough astral diamonds. Your limit is 24,000 rough astral diamonds per day, which I probably will never earn that many, so I don't think that's much of an issue. So that was the Cloak Tower. A pretty cool little dungeon. Not, I wouldn't say not a ton to it, but it was interesting nonetheless. It was fun. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, so we'll cut it here. In the notes below, you will find the links to my website at ardwulf.wordpress.com, links to follow me on Twitter, Google+, and Facebook. So do all those things. Subscribe to the channel. If you are interested in Neverwinter, I hope that you have already seen some of the extensive array of additional videos I have for this game around the launch, so check those out. I got more videos on the way, so thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.